I hope everybody is having a happy Festivus. Today is Festivus. So I thought I'd do a video on the progress with these. I have two lines of Russian Red Lace Snakeskins, although technically maybe these are Thailand Red Lace Snakeskins. I don't know. I did just give them some food, so you can see the little sea monkeys zipping about in the water. They're going after them. Now this is a secondary set of breeders that I put together because they aren't as nice as the other breeders I put together, which is kind of hard to believe because these look amazing. See if I can get the pattern to show up. It's a very intricate snakeskin pattern on the side and a really nice lace pattern in the tail. Now there's a couple of spots here and there, black spots. Not too concerned about that. It doesn't really change the overall appearance of the fish. They're fantastic. So these are 6 months old, and the other ones I'll show some more that are 6 months, and also some that are about 4.5 months old. And you can see the amount of development, or you will be able to see the amount of development in just that month. So I did sell some of these on Aquabid a couple of months back. I did not wait until they looked like this. I probably should have, because they look amazing. See if we can get a close-up. I'm trying. There we go, not too bad. I'll be able to get a close-up of the other ones. So anyway, so these look excellent. Very happy with these, but I did keep my other snakeskin line, which I've had for about 9 years, and I'm just going to run both lines. Now the other line is not as nice as this, I don't think, or I think it's not as nice as this one, but it's a little bit different and develops differently, so I figure I'll show them next and see how that goes. So what do you get when you cross a snake with a pie? A python. Python. That joke's awful. That's terrible. You should probably throw a pie at your listening and viewing device, because that's not very good. All right, I'll show the other ones next. I'll probably start with the other line. I only have some of them going right now, but I'll give you a general idea of how much better this line develops, and I'll be right back. All right, now these are 3 months old. These are the other line of snakeskins. They don't get as nice and as intricate of a snakeskin pattern, and when the tail develops, the middle of the center of the tail grows a little bit later in each growth spurt. Like this one is a great example. The top part of the tail, the bottom part of the tail grows, and then the middle part looks like a notch, but within a couple of weeks that middle part will fill in to catch up, and then the top and the bottom will grow. These get extremely long tail and dorsal, these males. They're the ones that I showed in IFGO shows the last couple of years. Not these particular ones, but this strain, and did very well with that. I think I finished third for the year, so that was nice. And the other thing I wanted to show on these is the ventral fins and the gonopodium are red or orange, whatever color it actually is. So that's really interesting. I do get that with a few types of redfish. Now this one doesn't have it yet, but it'll develop, and it's just kind of cool. And the females have had one small drop of fry each. I don't know where the other female's hiding. There she is. This one's not too far off from having some fry. So we'll see. What is the difference between the average Subaru and a lawn ornament? One is a non-moving decoration on the lawn, and the other one is a lawn ornament. Whoa, how about that? I actually made that up. Well, I really didn't make it up. I just owned 2 Subarus in the past, I guess the 90s. And they were junk. And I'm not kidding. So there we go. I actually like that joke, and I made it up. Son of a gun. Alright, get off of that crap. This is the ones from Thailand. Now these are 5 months old. Now the odd thing is, if I did get one albino, if I can get the words out, you can see the albino is a female. She's just the same age as all the other fish in this container. It's all brothers and sisters. And the albino female is much smaller. And that kind of gives you an idea, a little bit of proof, that albinos are slower growing fish than the black-eyed relatives. And there's various reasons for that. Could be they don't see the food as well, they don't get as much food, or just genetically they're a little bit weaker. But on to the actual fish. So these are 5 months old, not as old as the fish I opened the video with. And you can see that the very intricate pattern in the tail and the body has already developed. The next month or so, which you'll see when I show the next fish, the tail will grow considerably, as well as the dorsal. Now the dorsal on these males is different than my other line. The other line, it's a parallelogram. This one, it's like a high thumb, very wide dorsal. So let me back out a little bit so you can see them. This isn't the tank that they're normally in. They're in a 5.5 because I've selected them as breeders. And this is just a photo tank, very small photo tank. You can see it's just, I think it's a Lee specimen container, but they work great for filming videos because the fish can't go too far. Can't go far at all. So I think I have plants at the top. That's a thin leaf water sprite, and they'll be going back into their 5.5 gallon tank as soon as this video is over. And I'll just kind of wrap it up with the other group of breeders I selected, and they are 6 months old, and just really nice fish. So I'll get to them next. The other thing I wanted to say, that as these develop, I have to wait as I pick the breeders, because there's some different growth spurts. You can I'm trying to get this, I should have used a different background, trying to get this fish on there, this male. You can kind of see that the edge of his tail is black. Now it's not a defect. It's going to grow out. The tail is going to grow. Same with this one. It's got a black edge, and that'll change as the fish grows. And I'll show you with the next group of what happens with the tail. And it really amazed me, which is why I did the video, because of how nice these have just turned out. They have everything you would want for picking breeders. A nice wide long dorsal and tail. You can kind of get an idea of how wide the dorsal is by the way it hangs over, and you can check out that pattern. That's incredible. And I don't just say that because they're my fish. And see if I can get this one on here. This one's got a little nick in the tail. He just got nipped, I guess, because he knew he was going to be in a video. And this one as well. You can see they don't have a black edge to their tail because it completely grew. And just stunning looking pattern. If you don't like snakeskins, you're not going to like the fish. But look at that. I say that and he zips all over the place. Trying to get a photo. That's incredible. Really beautiful pattern. Amazing tail. Nice dorsal which matches the tail, which is very important. And so that's one of the breeders. And females are all the same, kind of nondescript. They don't have a pattern. They may have a tinge of red in the tail or dorsal, but for the most part the females are very plain, and that's a good thing because, as I've said in many other videos, I believe that the females can pass on some various color characteristics if you let things slip with the line. Maybe they'll pass on some spots, a different color, a change in the dorsal, etc. So I try to select females with little to no color and little to no difference in each other. Now you can kind of see the red tint in the top of the body part that meets the tail on that female that the male's now on the way. Alright, so now you can't see it. So anyhow, these are spectacular fish, and like I said, I'll probably sell another couple trios once the post office gets straightened out. These actually cost me a lot of money. I guess you can figure that out by the way they look. They breed completely true, which is great. I have not had a single variance in the males. There's been no, there actually hasn't been any without the snakeskin pattern as well, which is great. So there you can kind of get a look at the big dorsal on the male. So these are excellent fish. These are going to go back into their 10-gallon tank because I wanted to put these in a slightly larger tank. The first fish I showed, which were relatives of these, were also in a 10. So try and get a close-up on that pattern on the side. The camera cooperates. It's not cooperating. What the heck? What's up with that? Alright. Yeah, it's tough to pick up the pattern. I think, there we go. I guess I have to say it's tough to pick up the pattern. So, anyway, let me know what you think of these. Obviously, if you don't like snakeskins, you're not going to like this or the video. So, I just want to wish everybody a happy Festivus if you celebrate it. It's definitely enough of a reason to air grievances for this year. And if not, you know, Merry Christmas. Today is the 23rd. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve day. And I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday, whatever ones you celebrate. And I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you putting up with the bad jokes and all the comments. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of people to take some time out of whatever they're doing to watch my nonsense. So anyway, thanks. Hope the jokes weren't too bad to scare you off and you hung around to see these nice fish. So thank you, and Merry Christmas.